Welcome back to Almost Above Average, the podcast that dives deep into the heart of human experience. I'm Chris McIntyre, and today we're joined by Chris Adams and AJ Johnson as we continue the conversation about mental health in the wake of the passing of Adam Ginsberg. Rest in peace. Today we're opening up about the struggles we face, the strength we find in vulnerability, and the power of community in healing. We'll explore workplace stress, the importance of physical activity for mental well-being, and the complexities of communication in our relationships. If you've been affected by depression or mental illness, or know someone who has, this episode is for you. We believe that by sharing our stories, we can break down the barriers that keep us isolated in our pain. We invite you to be part of this conversation. If you have a personal story about mental health that you'd like to share anonymously, please reach out to us at mcmedia.network.llc@gmail.com. Your experiences could help others feel less alone and more empowered to seek support. So please share a story if you have one. We'll discuss it on the air and we'll keep it anonymous. And remember, you're not alone in your struggles. Your voice matters. Let's work together to create a community where everyone feels heard, understood, and supported. Share this episode with a loved one who might need to hear it, and let's continue to build a brighter future for mental health awareness. So join us as we navigate the complexities of life, celebrate the power of resilience, and remind each other that it's okay to not be okay. This is Almost Above Average, and we're in this journey together. What are you guys doing?
Busy.
Busy? What'd you do today?
It was my day off, and I ended up helping a friend take off. They're heading to Kansas right now. I also did a bunch of chores around the house, and I've started cleaning out the pool and getting that situated for,
Summertime?
Not only that,
Oh, shit.
Not only that, but then I got the
I'm gonna fire this camera guy, guys.
Yeah, you're fired. Yeah. So I also had since I'm a federal employee, I also had the whole situation with giving the 5 bullet points of what I did this week. So I had to do that today.
You had to do that?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's nothing too bad. Like, I usually have to do this in general. They just, I don't know why.
Did you feel like you were interviewing for your own job?
No, not really. Not at all.
Okay.
Like,
Did you write something funny down just as a joke? I would have.
But the thing about it was almost like a copy and paste situation because, like, I do that anyways. I don't know what's going on, but my boss kind of freaks out about labor and everything, so he wants to make sure that we're doing stuff all the time. And it's like, you could look at the cameras and see that I'm constantly working, or you can just pretend that I'm not, and then say, well, I feel like, and that's what he kind of does. So it's a little bit aggravating on my end, because it's like, dude, like, I do most of the work around here. Why are you like, you know what I mean?
How old are you? Dude, be like, bro, I'm fucking 38, man. Like, either way, don't tell me what the fuck to do. You're my boss, I don't care.
Yeah, but the last time I kind of did that, I found him 45 minutes later in the back room crying. So that was kind of like, yeah, so it's kind of a hard situation because he wears some of his emotions on his sleeve. Yeah. So I'm trying to make sure that we kind of keep the peace.
He can't handle his job.
Yeah. I mean, right now things are stressful with a lot of people, so I don't want to add to any stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but just because he's stressed, like, he doesn't mean you're deserving of all the treatment that he's giving you.
True.
And standing up for yourself isn't a bad thing.
Right.
I mean, it's okay for you to set boundaries.
Finding that line, though, where to stand up for yourself, and when you're just being empathetic, and when you're standing up for yourself, where's that line?
Yeah.
When it becomes repetitive, like when the disrespect is obviously there, and when it's crossing your boundaries,
pushing it more and more.
Like Adams is. We've talked about his gig multiple times, and it's the same boss, right?
Yeah, but it's not as bad as one of the first bosses I had. So
run was that?
It's not as bad as one of the first bosses I had. One of the first bosses ended up embezzling a whole bunch of money out of the company, and then because he was so close to retirement, they gave him a pension and so forth. So then we had to like make up the money and all that kind of stuff, even though he left. So that was a kind of a hard situation, but I mean, that happens.
That sounds like jail time. Like, if I would steal some shit like that, I'd get locked up. Why doesn't he?
What a
If I
fucking
did that,
forgiving ass company too.
yeah, like what? Like we're
Well,
just
Not
gonna
my
make
company.
it's a
Damn
federal
it.
government, and
You ain't taking $10 from me, bitch.
it's weird because it's the federal government, and the main situation that happens with it is that they already, are very lax on spending and everything like that. It's really weird because you have to like apply for a bunch of things to actually get like grants and stuff for your companies or whatever, especially if you're non-appropriated funds or MSWR or anything like that. But then they blow through a lot of money, so it's like what's going on there? There's not really very much of a balance. People, because they'll tell you straightforward, like you need to make more money, and then they turn around and then they take a bunch of the money and then spend it on something just like completely useless. And then you start to wonder, you question everything all the time because you're like, okay, who's in charge of this? You know what I mean? Because
every department I've been a part of when I was in the military, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
Or for their budget.
Right.
So
It's
it's
incentive to use it up.
Yeah.
Say their budget is $50,000 for the quarter, whatever the case may be. If they spend 45, now their budget is threatened
45 and not 50.
You know what I mean?
Right.
245 instead of like you have to use up like. So like in my division, we would order extra parts that we could foresee being going down. So we would use up our budget. You know what I mean? So we'd have extra spare parts or extra this or extra that. And that's where a lot of the waste comes from. And if that's just my department and there's say 500 departments on an aircraft carrier, every department's doing the exact same thing.
Yes.
Everyone has an overinflated budget. When you're federal, you automatically get a pass, like everything's okay, like the budget's going to be there, money's going to be automatic. But when you're in the civilian sector and you're applying for grants or whatever the case may be, good luck. They can give two shits of a fuck, right? You got to have a well-written.
They're trying to not give it to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're actively working hard to not give you money.
Yeah. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they do. Sometimes
bureaucratic flow or like expansion, like they exaggerate. You know what I mean? Through all the bureaucracy and all the extra shit like that, because they have to be able to pay all these people to do nothing.
Yeah. What'd you do today, AJ? How are you?
3D printed just about everything. Got some keychains in order. I made some new build plates. Ran through some more keychains on the program wise, and pretty much vegged out at the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just worked at the house. You know what I mean?
I support it.
Just a lot of work. Just a lot.
I'm a big supporter of the chilling out. I can't do it anymore. It drives me crazy.
My chill is working. You see, like I just got through showing you the house. It's one big lab.
Yeah.
It's a workshop.
I get it though.
I stay working all the time.
So. That's exactly how I am. Like wherever I am, my dream is to have a guitar or a ukulele or a stringed instrument in every bathroom, every room, everywhere I go. I want something to be able to leave you people and go grab this machine or this thing and just get into my shit.
You got to start just mount some guitars on the wall and just pull it out.
Exactly. I have two downstairs, 3 upstairs right now. I just don't have the house big enough to where I can have a ukulele in this room, a banjo in this room, a viola. I'll fuck around. Let's go. I got my grandpa, he passed away and the family is nice. I haven't learned how to play it. He jammed out too. This fucking old white man would just fucking get down, his feet be all going, and he'd just be sawing the shit out of this motherfucker, dude. He was a badass.
That's cool. Yeah, I play in piano, so I know that feeling.
Yeah, man. You do, huh? You play a lot still?
Not so much. I was teaching my brother a bunch of stuff because he started going back to the church and started doing the praise and worship and so forth. So he has several of my instruments at his place.
Yeah, nice. You look like you listen to a lot of Megadeth. Was that a judgment? My apologies. Bro, so my 15-year-old, he just had his ACL surgery, but he has just got into the guitar in the last 4 months, and he has gotten so good. Like, since he started, he's almost as good as I am. Almost. Like, it took me 20 years, and he picked it up, and he's a natural. So we've been working on shit together, like, we're playing together, and that is the coolest feeling in the world. Like, working on music with my son, and it's his idea. Like, I'm not making him do it. And, like, he'd be calling me on the phone. He'd be like, Dad. He put the phone down and be like, Dad, look what I learned. and he'll play the rhythm like, oh shit. He's like, come learn the rhythm part when you get home. Like, yeah, man, let's go.
That's fucking awesome.
It's fun.
That is really cool.
It is so fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think
I played their music with my daughter today.
Like-
Because we were at the Doozy.
what is the Doozium? You said that. What is that?
It's basically like this huge science center for kids type of thing. And I mean, it's not just for kids, but they have like a whole bunch of different exhibits that you're interactive to. So you have like sound waves, you have musical instruments, you have airway flows. There's a place that you can actually ice skate with your socks. Like, there's just a lot of stuff there, including different ways to build things and so forth. One of the areas Addie was in today, she was like sawing a board. And I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a real saw. So I mean, it was actually pretty fun, very interactive, and Addie had a good time. So she was happy.
Yeah, you go there pretty often, right?
Well, they have free days every so often, so I go to creep around a little bit. But at the same time, there are the days that I have my daughter, because they're not open Tuesdays and I have my daughter Tuesdays, but they are open on Mondays. But the only time that they're open is like Monday nights during their free days. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's something sponsored by
the free day, bitches.
I think it's like $2 or $5 to get in or something like that, right?
18.
$18 to get in?
Yeah.
God.
Way off.
Thing is like, it's huge though. The place is huge.
What do you say about free days?
You just have to apply for it.
Hey, Monday night?
Yeah, it's like the first Monday of every month. So.
Oh, okay. The first one.
All right. Let's watch one of these videos.
Get it.
Dude, those videos were good. Did you watch them too, Chris?
I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing through.
Well, there's a bunch of them. There was like 3 of them that you guys sent.
It's mainly the ones that we were sending him, like in the.
I thought they were good. Are you guys doing okay?
I mean, keep
mentally,
water,
emotionally. Do you guys need anything?
$2 million.
Money.
I'm here.
I said money. Like a song. Shit, money.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Let me clarify.
What are you going to do with
monetary?
Build a castle with a moat.
We're already doing it.
I would like a castle with a moat. I would like 37 non-virgins.
And 18 quails.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking about some chickens and some quails, some rabbits, maybe.
I need to start building my my bee's nest, my flow hive.
This is one of the videos. This is one of the videos, but this is the one I just recently sent you.
This is the most recent one, huh?
Yeah, that's the one I just.
All right.
sent you.
Here we go. Let's try it.
Can you hear it? Because I can't.
It's mainly just the subtitles and like you watching them get to. There's like just some music playing in the background.
I think I saw this one.
Small talk in between them. Yeah. And then what I noticed from that right there,
dude,
is
so
the one who's cheerful and happy is the one who's obviously hurting the most, and the one who seemed like he was more brooding, just off in his head, like doesn't really show too much emotions.
Yeah. That was super powerful because I when I first watched it, I thought the same thing. I mean, did you guys think the same thing, that it was the guy on the left? I knew it had something to do with mental health because you sent it to me, and then I saw that guy on the left on the screen. He just looks glum and he looks down the whole time. And of course, that's a cinematography trick to make it look like that. But still, like, it's an important lesson in that video. People that are happy, and is that a red flag though? If you're just super excessively happy?
I mean, can you really look for flags, or just like be there for someone? Like,
right.
Are you being genuine with your friends? Like, is there a safe spot to open up? You know what I mean? Like, maybe the first time I saw it, like, honestly, I really didn't pick up on the vibes. Like me, I was just like, I was thinking about all the homies that like have been passed away for whatever, like it, whether it's suicide or whether it's just other causes. And I've had a lot of friends that have passed away early, and we're approaching the age where a lot more people are going to start passing away. And just going through that and being there with a friend, and then losing a friend and trying to carry on that tradition after they're gone and stuff like that. that stuck out to me first. And then the more I watched it, the more I got, like, because I was paying attention to other things like his facial expression, and then like reading the subtitles on top of it. It's like, so you just pick up on more, and that's kind of what I got. I got that later on. It's like you don't really see it. Kind of like what was the dude from Chester or something who committed suicide.
Chester
Yeah.
Bennington.
He was
Yeah.
super happy,
Robin
Yeah.
and
Williams.
it seemed like everything, he was on
Robin
top of
Williams,
the
yeah.
world, but he was battling something that no one really talked about until after he passed away. It's like his wife started, like, actually said something about it afterwards, and then like, I don't know, it's hard. Y'all get anything? What did y'all get?
I got the same. It was like there is an important lesson there, but it's still how do you take action from it? So, I mean, what is it really saying? I think it's just trying to spread awareness, like, hey, it's not always what it looks like. Like, it's not always the guy it looks like. Sadness isn't always like this. So, as far as awareness, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm leaving this shit in.
Pause. I'll be right back. I gotta go check the ribs right.
This is all staying in, man. It's late. Well, and part of it, like, I don't want this podcast to feel like you're pressured to keep, like, saying shit, It should just be a conversation. That's all it needs to be, because I can edit it however, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how would we talk if we were sitting right next to each other? Would one of us keep trying to talk? If we were all sitting in a room, would one of us feel the pressure to keep going?
Do you remember, what was it? It was I think MXC used to have a segment where there was this little Japanese lady, and what she would do is she'd go to these red carpet events, and she would ask one simple question and put the mic up to one of these celebrities and see how long. And the game was to see how long they'll keep talking, and she'll just be right there, just looking with the thing up, and somebody's be like, "No," and just walk away.
Clearly they stopped talking and pull a mic in their face.
And it's really funny because it'll be like she'll be just standing there expecting, like, kind of does like the Kamala Harris look, like, you know what I mean? And the person was like, "I don't know what else you want from me. I said everything," And it was really funny because that happened.
The words.
That happened a couple times. A couple times people just started walking off and got upset. And then another time someone just started, like, talking about their life story.
Yeah.
It went on for a while. It was really funny though.
That's
some good times.
I want to say thank you to my million subscribers. Thank each and every one of you. We'll get there one day. No, but to all 24 of you,
Yes.
right here, baby. Oh,
So how are your workouts going? I saw those going pretty well.
huh?
One big thing about mental health is that when you actually work out, it helps your brain function correctly, and a lot of the stresses and stuff of life end up just kind of fading due to the fact that your endorphins kick in and you start getting, better dopamine hits because you actually accomplish things, especially at a gym. So that really helps with mental health, especially with men. One problem that I do see with a lot of men is that they do not keep themselves up. I mean, it can go for women as well, because when a woman doesn't keep themselves up and then she starts looking, a little hefty or whatever, a lot of times people are like, "Oh, you let yourself go." Turn around and it's like a man does that. Men do that almost all the time. Like, you see them and they're like slender when they first
get doubly complain. We complain about the women twice as much. Like, guys get a little bit of it, but not. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we don't get the gripingness or whatever because of how, the sexes are. But the thing about it is when you actually do stop doing as much as you would do, if you stop playing basketball, or stop, swimming or taking your midnight walk or your jog or whatever, When you stop doing those things, that's when a lot of problems do start, and that's when a lot of times when your mental health starts to decline. Because I've never seen somebody who would consistently run have as many mental health problems as somebody who literally just are stuck inside their house. You know what I mean? Even if a person does like home workouts, because I've seen people get stir crazy just by having a little bit of time that they have to rest or have to stay inside. I know that when I was dealing with everything during, COVID, where we were like, I was kind of stuck inside. Thankfully, I had something called, it was basically like a leave. It was called administration leave. Unfortunately, I had that and I was able to like get by a little bit. But when it came down to it, like just being at your house that often that can kill a person's and crush a person's soul. So the best thing you can do is be as active as you possibly can wherever you're at. You know what I mean?
Or turn your house into
That's so understated too.
different.
Yeah.
But they're also saying like homesteading is that's staying at your house, but it's actually working for yourself and working for your own food,
Right.
like having a garden. There's ways to stay at your house and actually work on your
Yes.
that like actually help your mental health.
And that keeps you active. It's
I think you
about the
want
activity.
the main thing is avoiding just dwelling on what the problem is. And then
It's a focus thing. Like if you have something to put all your energy to, like working out, the reason I think that working out is so mentally beneficial and emotionally beneficial is because it is completely designed to create and solve problems and challenge yourself. So you're consistently beating yourself and rewarding yourself, and you get into a loop of, when I work hard and hurt myself a little bit, I also feel great and I can high five myself. So you kind of baby step yourself up. It's just good for it. It's good for everything. I meditate. I use my gym time to meditate.
yeah, meditation's another good one.
Yes.
I've been using meditation for like 4 years now, and that might hands down be one of like the best things I've ever done. Only because like I can actively step outside of myself. Not every single time that I get upset or something's bothering me, but a lot of times when I'm conscious and something's bothering me, I can step outside, or I can like take an action within myself. Like you've heard of box breathing before, right?
Oh yeah.
Box breath. So you just like basically you inhale slow for 4 seconds through your nose, and then you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you blow it out for 4 seconds through your mouth, and then you hold it for 4 seconds, and then you just do it again. And then you just keep doing it. Do it for 5 minutes. Do it for 10 minutes, whatever. But like it kind of puts enough oxygen in your brain and it almost makes you a little tired, but you have to focus on it to keep it going. So whatever you're tripping on, like if you're mad at your wife or whatever, eventually you have to just focus on your breathing to keep it going. So it's like it'll take you out. It takes me out of whatever the fuck I got going on upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little, learning little tricks like that. And so also like for me personally, setting aside time for prayer and meditation. I absolutely have to have that now every day. So I built that into my morning. That's just part of my gym day every day.
So you're saying having a routine also?
Yeah,
Very
discipline
important.
almost. Maybe more than a routine, maybe a discipline,
Routines are disciplined, so I mean it all coincides, because if
Yeah,
you're
right.
disciplined enough, it becomes a routine, and when routine kind of comes into play, routine becomes a habit after a while, and then those habits are what actually make you. So if your habit is to constantly eat fast food, when you gain weight, if your habit is to drink water and take your little morning run or do your little meditation to get your day to a point where, you don't just, want to bite everyone's head off, then you'll see that you'll bite off people's heads a lot less. You know what I mean?
Right. I think that's a critical part, like I consider that me getting ready for the day, That's how I properly get ready.
I kind of operate in chaos though. I really don't have a routine.
No? What the fuck are you doing over there in Texas, dude? What do they got you drinking over there?
Moonshine. I'm just kidding.
Water?
Like bottled, like
Fluoride.
Like good Dallas tap.
yeah. I know. No, you do not touch the tap out here. No.
No.
No, but like it's just because like the way I have everything set up to where I can get up, get fresh, start like walking around the house and see what work I need to do around the house. Like I work
Yeah.
from home, so it's cycle prints. Okay, is the printer up? Like I mean, honestly, when you're 3D printing, it's like it's you hear it, and if you hear something off, you're getting up immediately. You're getting up earlier than you thought. You know, and then you start doing things immediately.
Yeah.
And then just because I just got a whirlwind of things to do, it just keeps me busy.
Evolve. You get into it on accident, and then you're there all day.
Yeah, and like what tries to stay steady is if it's a beautiful day outside, I would like to be outside. If a friend calls me up, hey, let's go fishing. Hey, let's go fishing. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I keep moving. I keep working so I can have these opportunities and time like to go play disc golf and see nature or do certain things like that. You know what I mean? Or Adams wants to hang out.
Yeah.
What's going on? We got
Adams is always out with his family taking pictures everywhere.
Well, I mean, he's always doing something.
I love that. I really love that. Chris.
Always doing something. He is always doing something.
And it looks like you're always with your family too, so that's awesome.
Yeah. I actually was calling for my sister.
Come here, family.
If she doesn't go and head out to France, she may be coming back here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that she actually does come here, but the reasons why aren't the greatest. I mean, ghosts.
What was that?
No.
Ghosts.
Are you alone?
No, the wind just kicked up.
That looked like a ball. Is that a frisbee?
Ultimate frisbee.
Okay.
But the wind kicked up, blew it down.
Are you sure it didn't get thrown?
I don't know. Run it back. See if I got a ghost.
Might
Charge him rent.
I will. I'll edit it in there. It'll come out of nowhere like, oh, shit. Yeah. All right, let's check out one of those other ones.
Let's get it.
I really like that video though. Like, I think that's a really strong message. That's a good one. That was a perfect one for what we're.
There's a lot of layers to it. A lot of layers to it.
Because it got me thinking. I almost cried, honestly. This one, all right, this one's going to be different. Let's see. I forget who shared this one. Which one of you shared this one?
Oh, I think I sent that. That's a very very fun communication post.
Yeah.
She studied communications and she shared
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
Perception and perspectives these are similar, they're actually very different. Perception is your subjective experience of the world using your five senses. But perspective is understanding and recognizing that everyone has their own unique perception of the world. When most couples fight or argue, it's usually got to do with some sort of communication error about where this party is coming from. One person is saying one thing, the other person is saying something else, and it's not getting through to each other. And it's usually because even from the same factual event that happened, people can have infinite different interpretations. Yeah, I can go off about this because I'm kind of a nerd in this field, but what can we use? What can I actually incorporate? The goal is clarity. It's clearing the confusion, not. I think that's why I've been in a relationship for 2 years, and my boyfriend and I.
And communication's important.
Well, she's lucky, right? So was her boyfriend because she actually took the time to like educate herself on
how to communicate.
Yeah.
Like with the important factors of communicating. Like you can disagree and not be an argument. Like it's not hard. You can get passionate about something.
Or you can ask a simple question like, what would you like to eat tonight? And it can become this huge blow up. You know, it's very important.
And it all just depends. It literally boils down to communication. So people don't know how to like say what's really on their mind or how to translate their thoughts into words to communicate how they truly feel. And feeling awkward or uncomfortable for a lot of people is a vulnerability. And being vulnerable, people are ready to be vulnerable. So all these things start layering up and then they turn into an attacking person instead of like, and short with words or saying something vicious or vile or disrespectful or any, like, there's so many different ways to interpret like these outbursts of someone who's not able to speak what's on their mind. You know what I mean?
I like that her basis is like we start at we already don't understand how each other think. Like if our baseline is that we can't possibly understand each other. So
yeah,
let's figure it out from there. Talk to me from there.
100%.
I like that approach. But you know, it's an unreasonable thing to think that we can all experience.
Well, it's kind of like
It's
Maybe we're part of the change.
yeah, like that's the only thing you can. That's the only thing you can do is like start with yourself, and then like learn how you can improve your own ways of communicating. And then like as you're improving, then you maybe reach one, teach one. You know what I mean? Like it may help out that way. And then not to mention you'll be able to put your ego to the side a lot more too. And that's been something like important for me is putting my ego to the side and like, okay, I may not need to react this certain way. I can just relax, chill out. You know what I mean?
That's
And
a hard
handle the thing.
thing.
Hey,
Your
yeah,
ego to the side,
exactly,
my ego.
exactly. But it's hard. But then you realize why it's like all the emotions are building up is because like you really can't express how you feel in the words. And that amount of time you're going through all this stuff, it's just like a volcano of emotions. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like taking the time to be able to communicate your stuff, like that's important, or just making. And it sucks kind of always feeling like you're trying to be the bigger person because it's not always that either. Like you set your boundaries, don't disrespect me. Like, you know what I mean? Like in communications, because when things get heated.
You know, it also seems like a good communicator can't exist with a bad communicator. Like a good communicator can only get with another good communicator. Because when you have a good communicator and a bad communicator, the bad communicator is going to rub off on the good communicator because the good communicator is going to get upset at the bad communicator for not communicating. So eventually,
100%. But I like how you get upset at the bad communicator. That's also a lot of the things that you may need to work on yourself and how you respond to certain things. That's what you need to work on. And so like just because you have things to work on and they may have things to work on doesn't mean you guys deserve to disrespect each other at the same time.
Right. You know what I've noticed too in my own personal life is that pointing out what the other needs to work on never goes really well for me.
you mean like
Or a lot of times
you need to calm down.
they may feel attacked. They feel attacked. They
Yeah.
feel attacked, and that's sad because it's not really. I don't think it's something like that's attacking. It says like this is something that's bothering me, and this is something I want to work on with. Like you know what I mean? I'm trying to grow with you, so this doesn't bother me anymore. So I'm trying to communicate this with you, and I'd appreciate it if you actually like just listened and understood what I'm saying before and let me finish what I'm saying before you have a reaction. Like
Or
I'm
if you
saying this,
you can't right now, promise me that we'll talk about it soon. Like tomorrow
we can table
or
it. We can table it.
Well,
we can process it. Think about
but
it for
let's
a
do
while.
it.
Yeah,
But
processing is better than reacting, though, by far. Because the thing about it is, even if you take a while to respond, having the time to actually process what was said and actually give a legitimate answer of how either you feel or how, one thing or another, that's what actually makes you a better communicator, as opposed to someone who is just there to respond or just there to react. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, the pause shouldn't come before you're able to actually say what you need to say. You know what I mean? So they can process it because there's a lot of times where that stonewall comes up to where, oh, this is already something bad. We can talk about this later. I'm not ready to process this right now. Like, at least hear me out. And that's where communications is so important. And like them feeling secure enough to take in new information. Like it's not always going to be good information.
Or not just personally drained because
sweet and sunshines and rainbows in life. Like we're going to go through things, and it's just it's either me and you versus the world, or it's me versus you, and it's harder because I'm already versus the world.
Yeah,
So,
me versus you and the world.
Like, yeah, like it sucks because that's your partner. You know what I mean? Like, we're going through this shit together. Like, I need you, you need me. Let's get through this together.
This is where we're safe together. This is supposed to be the spot I come to be. Yeah, peace. You're supposed to be my peace.
Yeah. And at least, like, hear me out, especially if I'm just like talking to you, because like I'm not gonna start to raise my voice until like maybe like you're interrupting me, you're trying to talk over me, and I'm just trying to tell you that you're repeating yourself, you're raising your voice at me, talking to me, condescending. And then now like trying to express something, and I may be getting a little bit more irritated at this shit.
Yeah. I'll raise my voice, but it takes a while, and it's especially now that I don't drink.
Yeah.
Like it takes me a minute. I can regulate pretty good.
Nice.
I still get mad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't shut off the mad sometimes, but you can, be unreactive,
Fine,
unreactive.
buddy. No one's kicked my ass in 4 years. I got beat up right before I moved here, and I drove over there to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt on the wound, bro. Salt on the wound.
How was that drive back?
It was fucking painful, man.
My bad.
Only because I was in just a haze. Like, Xanax and alcohol, fucking whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've all been there, right?
No, I haven't lost many fights, actually.
No?
No.
Well, when you're
I know that-
intoxicated, it most definitely helps.
I haven't lost many. I've lost maybe two. Two. That's about it. You lost?
I have lost some fights.
What a
You always
loser.
win.
AJ lost a fight, Chris. I'm just kidding. We're all doing a show on like uplifting men, and then we're gonna be an ass.
Yeah, we just throw them on the ground. It's kidding.
Yeah. As soon as they get in the locker room, though, the gloves are off. Anyway, back to love and mental health. Actually,
like,
on the
mental
real,
health is
like,
bad.
it is healthy for guys. Like guys joking around, bullshitting. I think it's super healthy.
That was it. All right. You're good as new, says the therapist. Card declines. Your mother never loved you.
A card decline situation sucks.
It's the
Gosh.
worst.
It is.
That moment, that anxiety, like today,
Yeah.
please.
Is it gonna go through? Is this gonna go through?
Not today. Dang it! I guess I
Yeah,
gotta steal it. I guess I gotta go to Walmart and steal it.
Check out.
All right, let's watch the third one. That was a good video, though. I think communication. I guess the point of that video is to make us all jealous that we all don't have a girl just like her.
Asian?
No, that's
Just kidding, babe.
no. It's just like that.
We're not gonna watch the
You
video.
gotta be the change. You gotta be the
banned.
change. We're banned.
All right, let's try this one. Oh, this was a good one too. I think you sent this, Agent.
Still can't hear it. So still in the hour right now. Yeah. 165. Gotta wait. Internal.
That was good, Cat.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear it?
Uh-uh.
Could you hear it, Chris?
No.
Huh.
Oh, you heard it?
Yeah, I remember watching that one.
You lying, Chris?
What?
Did you hear it? You didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it at all.
Can you hear it? No?
Uh-uh.
I think you're frozen, Chris.
It's not frozen, but like there's no volume coming through from that input. The last video did, but the first video and the third video didn't.
I wonder. See if I can get it in the chat.
Yeah, no, probably another 30 minutes then. Yeah, probably another 30 minutes should be good.
Or live.
Can you hear it?
That's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every is that is how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then rise.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
Right, Theo. I like that. I think that's true because everybody's
kinda
walk
like-
is different. All of the hard shit we've been through. My shit is totally different than yours, but I bet it felt similarly.
Yeah, I mean, we all gone through our hard shit, that's for sure. And like, we've gone through some shit, like all that shit. Like, you say, like, all this shit that you've been through, it kind of gives you fuel. Says like, can't nothing break me like this. I was left for homeless. Can't nothing break me for this. You know what I mean? By someone that you love. You know what I mean? That you love and trust. And once you go through that, my son was snatched out of his room while I was at work. Don't get me wrong, he went willingly with his baby, with his mother. Yeah, you know what I mean? But no word, no nothing. You know what I mean? Like, after going through that emotionally, it's hard to be affected by like someone else, losing someone else. Like, oh, you're threatening to walk out my life because of whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
It's kind of weird
Something
because
anybody could do to me that I haven't really like tormented myself with. What'd you say, Chris?
it's kind of weird when people want to walk out of your life. I remember I was back in the day, I would try so hard to keep them there. But then after a while, I just kind of let them go. And a lot of them come back later. And now I'm kind of like, did I let you back there? I don't think I did.
Yeah. You're like, you got to fill out a reapplication process, and we're gonna have to vet you and the family, the updated family. We're gonna have to. I want to see backgrounds on all of you. I know that kid's not yours.
I started writing out a contract. Like, you need to sign this first.
I'm a lot more selective, dude. I'm super selective actually right now with my friends. Almost
Yeah.
specifically like the opposite of like the friends I was hanging out with at home. Not like they're bad or anything, just like different types of people.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I've different friends to do different things with. Like if you're active and doing things, like if you're in a band, you're gonna find different people who enjoy
Right.
your type of music or different people you interact with in a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if like you play disc golf, for instance, I play disc golf.
Right. There's a community.
There's a whole disc golf community, and there's like certain disc golfers I play with on a regular basis. There's certain disc golfers
Yeah.
I really don't. You know what I mean? It's just different people, different folks, I guess.
As long as you're out and about and doing something in the world, there's a community for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find somebody else, unless you're a dick. If you're just a dick to everyone, then yeah, like you can't attract flies with fucking vinegar. That's what I'm saying.
But why would you want to attract flies to begin with?
I don't.
You don't.
What a dumbass saying, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be you can't attract bees with vinegar. Because bees at least do something besides sting you if you're stupid to them.
But you don't want to be like you don't want the bee to come near you.
Yeah, you want bees.
You want the honey.
Bees are a good side. That's where you get that from the bees.
You get those red hornets.
That was a good correction.
It takes all the types, you know.
Because
I do.
You don't get flies with vinegar, but you pretty much get it with shit.
I mean, yeah, but you get flies with honey as well.
I did fries and vinegar.
I mean,
I did chips with vinegar and salt.
Yeah, but then I think that's the reason why you do have to be careful with the honey, is because you will attract bees and you will attract flies.
And you will attract bears. Oh my!
Maybe we should start a podcast that only starts conspiracies. Every week we'll get together and we'll just talk about something as if it's true. Did you guys hear about the man bear lady from Kentucky in the swamp?
Yeah.
Liska County. 14 times. 14 times. Yeah.
That was a whole situation.
Dude, I love the one. Do you guys listen to a lot of podcasts?
Yes, every once in a while when I can.
Yeah. You don't at all?
I mean, I sit back and hear people have conversations on TikTok from time to time.
Okay.
I'm not listening to I'm not listening to podcasts.
No. What are you listening to during the day? Music?
Work. I have a t-shirt. Honestly, I have some anime or some show on in the background.
Some background noise?
Yeah. Just listening to different stories while I'm processing different platforms. Yeah. So I don't know. I get understanding of a lot of different things from TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like to listen to stories. I'm on the road a lot, so I listen to a bunch of scary stories, medical stories.
Like those Reddit stories, or like
if driving, driving it's different for sure. I'd be on honestly, I listen to a lot of fucking like right-wing radio, Republican radio out here in San Antonio. I would drive a lot, like talk radio.
Trump is Jesus. Trump's gonna save us.
I like to hear what a lot of people like have to say. A lot to learn about it. I doom scroll a lot every once in a while too. Yeah, and I'll have like just like different informational. Like my feed is filled with like information on homesteading right now because I'm about to get some chickens and stuff like that too. So like gardening. I have a constant information source on that. And then there's always like
plants are starting to sprout. By the way,
what's up?
My plants are starting to
Your
sprout.
alfalfa started sprouting?
Actually, I did. I think cucumbers, cantaloupe, watermelon. I'm about to do sunflower seeds because those actually attract dove.
Mm,
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
there we
That's
go.
dope.
So
Get it
some of them are
growing
starting
on
to sprout, and I already have chives growing, and I have mint growing as well. So I'm just working on that as well. I guess I don't know. It's really kind of a funny situation because I actually am working on a lot of things. Not only that, but I'm starting to see the bluebonnet sprout in the yard. So I'm trying to. Yeah, it's gonna be nice this year.
Yeah. That's something you gotta come out here to Texas and check out. Like the bluebonnet fields, it's beautiful.
What is it?
Bro. It's just like fields of blue flowers, blue, purple,
Yeah.
a
Really?
little bit of red sometimes. Like it's like
My yard and my backyard and all those get filled with like just tons of wildflowers.
Depot and shit?
What?
what happened?
They sell them at like Home Depot and shit?
No, actually they grow wild out
Illegal
here.
to be picked. They're illegal to be picked. You don't touch them. You just let them grow.
Wow.
Yeah, they grow wild out here, so it's actually really nice.
Okay. Nice. I would love to see that.
That's one thing that's dope is being out there in nature. I think it's incredibly therapeutic to get out there, just like get your bare feet out there on some dirt and some grass, whatever it takes. Like it's incredibly therapeutic to get out there in nature.
Well, dude, let's keep doing this because eventually we'll be in a situation. As long as we keep chipping away at shit like this, we'll find ourselves in a situation where I'm in Texas and we're together and we're doing this shit, but it'll be a little bit different than this.
Oh, no bullshit. I stay active doing shit like in nature on a regular basis. Like I just kayaked 14.5 miles last
you did,
Thursday.
you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good for you.
I got 4 kayaks, bro. We got access to a
4
trailer.
kayaks and I can't feel my chest or my back or my arms.
Yeah, you work out anyway. You good.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I'll be going hella fast, one-armed. All right.
Let's get it on with
Yeah, 2 weeks, fellas? Yeah. I bet I can go the fastest in a circle.
Well, you're not going to in 2 more weeks. Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work. Let's do it. Well, thanks for showing up again, fellas. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Can you leave it on for a few minutes so it finishes uploading?
Sure thing.
Thank you. See you guys.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt episode of Almost Above Average. We hope you found the conversation about mental health both informative and comforting. If you have a personal story about mental health that you'd like to share anonymously, please reach out to us at mcmedia.network.llc@gmail.com. Your experience could help others feel more empowered to seek support, so please share a story if you've got one. We're grateful for your support, and we'd love if you could help us spread the word. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps us reach more people who might need to hear these conversations. And most importantly, if you know someone who has been affected by depression or mental illness, please share this episode with them. Sometimes all it takes is knowing someone cares to make a difference. Thanks again for being part of this journey with us. Until next time, remember, you're not alone and your voice matters. This is Almost Above Average, and
it's just as well. I've said goodbye too many times inside my head. I'm dreaming of peace and I can't wait to see what happens next. But I'm sorry to leave, but just know that I love you. You don't have to worry no more. You don't have to worry no more. Forget everything I ever did. I didn't mean to be a bother. Or maybe I'm just wrong again. It doesn't really matter no more. It's almost the end, about time for me to go home. everything I ever said, except farewell. I hope my memory fades and no one ever says my name again.